ambulance, because they take an hour to get there, and rightly so. They won't touch the player, and they make sure everything's right, and you know they've got a duty of care as well.
Yeah, look, just while we're waiting for this to roll out in front of us, I've been through that situation as a coach a couple of years back where we had a player really badly broke his leg, and we had to wait for the ambulance because we couldn't move him off. And we actually had to play. A lot of the players that saw the incident were a little bit gone between the ears after seeing that. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Sorry, what were you going to say there?
Just to see some applause. I'm trying to work out who. See if they've awarded.
I think they're doing each.
I think
each
Leezy
player
might actually be having a chat at the minute. I think.
No, I think each player's going in and out for their.
We'll actually play that this week on SA Footballer TV because I got the camera in there for Gepps for Glenunga's purposes and ours. So,
okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Tell you what, that's a nice thing to have filmed when you win. You get to sit there and sit back and watch that over and over again.
Yeah, well, I actually bought the camera for both clubs if like whoever won, because Jono can't go out there, sort of thing.
Yep.
So yeah, it was always nice to have that on camera, isn't it?
So we see a few of the Gepps Cross faithful now just wandering off, and I know they're still going through there. Still a lot of clapping and that. So I'd say right now is the medal presentation, and gee, this time of a game, that last 5 minutes, Luke, as you said, the medal presentation, the walking off, the getting back, it's almost floating.
It's a beautiful thing.
You don't get any idea of time itself. You don't look at your watch or anything. And those mates are your mates for life.
Just a blur,
it is.
Just a blur.
You wake up tomorrow morning and think, what happened?
Yep.
And I always remember, I reckon it was the Hawthorn teams in the 80s, and someone said, the coach said to them, don't have too much to drink because you want to remember this down the track. You know, winning a premiership.
I'm stunned here. Right now I've got a text from Tommy Javor, and he's out there, and they've just awarded the best on ground. I'll give you 10 guesses and you won't get it.
A Glenunga player?
No.
No.
Matt Sawilski.
No.
Schmidt?
No.
Daniel Mason.
No.
Wood?
No.
I don't know if we're ever going to
Callum
get it.
Camp.
No.
No.
They must have seen something we didn't see.
They wouldn't have given it to Tahana after getting a red.
Oh, you'd think not.
Well, if we go through...
I cannot believe it.
Jack Wood.
No.
Well, with all due respect to the young person that's won it, good luck to them. Josh Bald.
Nope.
Okay.
I said I'd give you 10.
Well, I think everyone that I had as my 6 best for Gepps, I'll probably run through them all.
Manny Otis.
Can you work that out?
Congratulations to Jack O'Neill. Who's just won it. I'm not sure if...
Had a really good last quarter, and look, he probably did a lot of things through the game that we maybe missed or other people saw and so on, but good luck to the lad, and well done for winning the medal.
I think Ward and Harron might, not that they'll care, to be fair.
No.
They'll probably have a bit of a cut. It won't bother them.
No.
Won't bother them too much.
But, I mean, when you see, it's just very odd. Yeah.
It's very awkward for the player too. I remember Nathan Buckley won his for Collingwood and he just took it off straight away. You don't really want to walk around with it. It's not something you're really going to celebrate when your team loses by 4 or 5 goals. But congratulations to him.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, to Gepps Cross credit, they've stayed out on the ground for the whole presentation here. So, and I know that you don't get a second place medal in senior football.
It's just a respect thing, though, isn't it?
But
just
yeah,
a respect thing.
Yeah, and that's good to see, and that's leadership, if you like, from the coach Adam Bittler and the players. So, you know, second place, you're in Division 3 next year.
And these were the 2 best teams, in my opinion, this year, having played both of them.
Yep.
Glenunga, we played the first. I think you guys covered our first game down at Glenunga, and they absolutely trounced us. I think it was about 20 goals. They were ridiculously good. Whereas Gepps, I think, just grind teams into the ground, sort of 7-8 goals, but they were just consistent for 4 quarters. I think they both got there in different ways, but definitely the 2 best sides. It's good to see the 2 best sides make it here, and probably the best side through the minor round. It's you can never begrudge a minor premier for winning the premiership if they've been the best side all year.
And having played against both of them, how did you find them? Like Gepps Cross are the real that pressure that we saw today. They're hard at the body, hard at the ball.
Yep.
Really push forward and so on.
And Gepps, we never we weren't blown out of the water Glenunga, I think the first time kicked sort of 6 goals, or it was 10 goal to nothing at quarter time or half time or something. I think the first time, but Gepps just sort of couple of goals in this quarter, couple of goals in that quarter, and they just grind you down. Whereas Glenunga, their best, I think, is probably the best of anyone in the competition that we saw this year, on par with Northaven from last year.
I saw that game at Glenunga when they won by about 130 points or whatever.
Yeah, that was the one, round 3 or early.
Round 3, and then you beat them in the next time. How did that come about?
Well, I think the oval probably is a little bit different, Salisbury to Webb, which helps us, but
a little bit bigger than Webb.
We changed some things against them. I think the first time we played them, they were really good at using the corridor from stoppages. I think Beard got his hand over the top, and we managed to block that a bit. We sort of tried to block the centre of stoppages and make them come to the boundary line and kick it down the line a bit more. So we changed some things a little bit, but I think on a big out here, their run and carry was just going to be too good. But I think on the whole, their best is still the best of any of the 10 teams.
Their top 12 players is really good.
Quality, yeah.
And they've got options, haven't they? You got that not only the run and carry, because a lot of them I sort of look at them as being a really athletic running team. You know, the Andy Reeds and the Wonkies that are high and tall, and
wings,
these kind of players. Yeah. So you've got so many facets to them, and if one tall doesn't get it in the forward line, another tall will, and then the runners.
Yeah, and I think they beat us by 20 goals. I don't think any of them kicked more than 3. I think both Wonkies kicked 3. I think Prosser kicked 3. I think Abel kicked 3. They just managed to spread it around. So, well, you just can't stop them all at one time.
So sharing the load as Gepps Cross now are coming off the oval, and look, they can hold their heads high. They didn't get absolutely obliterated. You know, 3 or 4 goals, whatever it was in the end. You know, they weren't kicked off the oval or anything like that, so they can hold their heads high. They put in a decent contest, and
that's
they're actually coming up around through their crowd. Yeah,
it's just acknowledging their all their supporters that are here. I haven't seen that at many games amateur footy before. That's a great touch before they go down into the rooms.
And you know, we've just spoken, and I spoke about it earlier before about their top 12 being good, but you know, when you have a look at today, they're back half with that no frill brand of those 6. You had those 6 who really did a great job, you know, holding them. You know, they did a great job defensively. So you can't ask much more than that, can you? No,
and I think when you win at the back half, when they get help as well, when they're winning stoppages cleanly, makes it a lot easier to defend when your midfield's on top like that as well.
I thought Gepps got beaten. Gepps won the rucks today.
Yeah, I think Wood was pretty good. Yeah. I think Wood was probably beat Beard around the ground.
Take it back there.
Yeah, definitely not disgrace Gepps. They shouldn't walk away being unhappy with what they've produced this year.
And as we said, you know, a lot of young players in there. They've got a good future as well. And the same with Glenunga. I'm looking through their team, and I don't think they're going to lose any through retirement of old age or anything like that. You know, so they're going to be strong for a few years.
And I know Gepps have got an 18s team in the grand final tomorrow. I think a 16s team in the grand final as well. And yeah, they'll plus B's and C's played in grand finals. So their depth and their youth hold them in good stead. They're not going to fall off the wagon anytime soon.
Well, you're right. Yeah, they're B's and C's, and to have that strength through the juniors, and well, they're in a great position, you know. And if you can breed your players, you know, in house, so to speak, rather than having to get players in. That's a very good thing as well. And as I said, Adam Vidler at the top of the tree there is the senior coach. I'm sure he'll take care of a lot of that with the other coaches and the players.
I think they did well this year too, as they got blokes who had played for them as juniors back. So both the Clark Rantassa boys had gone elsewhere, got them back to the club. So the Gibbs boys had been there before, got them both back to the club. They targeted people who'd been part of it before.
And they're under 18s in the grand final
and 16s tomorrow as well. So no, they're definitely on the right path.
They've gone away because they had that era where, you know, and they openly admit it, where they were playing overs for too many players. They've gone away from that and gone back to the, you know, that grassroots and bringing juniors through. So well done to them.
So it's funny here, Brian Lee's just having a kick with the kids out there, and there's players just in little pockets there. They're talking to family members. They're sort of, some are just standing around having a yap and that. And like we said before, they're just going to float around for the next 2 hours and you know, probably get back tonight. Some of them will probably sleep in their jumpers till tomorrow, the next day. And it's always funny seeing the team manager trying to get the jumpers back after you've won a grand final.
No
that
chance.
ain't happening.
Not a chance.
I've still got mine from 86 or something.
I wore mine till about Monday night, I reckon.
Yeah.
Anyway, we better tune out, and yes, thank everyone for listening and watching today, and thanks to Padgy for his
no worries. Thanks for having me, guys.
Special Division 4 comments, and there's always a spot for you when you retire, mate. 2 or 3 or 4 years?
Yeah, whenever that is. Probably sooner rather than later.
Yeah. What are you now, about 32?
No, just 30, but
30?
I've played my 15 years though. Started at 15.
Well, 4 or 5 years left, so still a while.
15 years, I'm not too far away, mate. Not too far away.
All right, yeah, thank you to everyone for having us, and we'll see you from wherever next week.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate.